Hey, Viv going live at a really weird time. I'm doing a challenge thing because I'm going to Fraser Brooks' Success Summit for network marketers at the weekend, and he's doing a challenge. But actually, it's really good timing because I've been, since doing the Tony Robbins thing, I've just been like thinking of ways of changing up what I do, etc., etc. So I thought this was a good way to get out there, and I like doing lives. Sometimes it's actually easier as a dyslexic to do a live than to write a big post. So I thought I'd do a thing about why I was a fraud. So when I went on my Hoffman process, which is an 8-day psychological, I'll put a link to it, you can go and have a look. When I came back off that, I wanted a way to honour my spiritual side, and I didn't want to go back to religion, so I ended up going and having some shamanic healing, and that's how I ended up being a shamanic practitioner. But even with that, I'd done so many things before then. I was a bit of a sort of junkie when it came to educational stuff, and I'd done Silver Method, you can go and look that up. I dabbled with hypnotherapy, I'd done an NLP practitioner course, I'd done Reiki 1 and 2, I'd started thinking about doing a psychology master's, I'd done a journaling course, I'd obviously done the Hoffman process, I'd done breastfeeding training when the kids were little. I thought I was going to do stuff with that. I'd done a Petals course, which is a preparing to teach lifelong learning sector, and I'd been tutoring in philosophy, maths and IT. So when I decided to do the Shamanic practitioner course, having done a year of an intro and then a deepening course, I actually got to the end of year 2, so quite far in, and I was just like, oh my god, it's me, I'm doing this thing again, I'm a total fraud, I'm just doing it because I'm interested in it, and this is totally not what I should be doing. And I got really, really stressed about it. It had been on a certain journey that we'd gone and done in the local park, and I just came back and went, what am I doing? I'm doing it again, blah blah blah. But anyway, I continued, and I'd always gone on that course anyway, just for personal development. But I was getting to that point where I was like, I can't keep this to myself. I've changed so much over the time of doing this training that I have to share it with other people. But I still had this little voice from all those other things that I'd done going, oh, you can't do this, what you like, it's just going to be another flash in the pan thing where you do it and then you don't use it, etc., etc. So it was really interesting when I got to the end of my 3rd year that I'd gone through a whole process in the whole of that year to go, what is it that's really going on with me? Why do I keep thinking that this isn't something I should be doing and I'm not good enough, and that imposter syndrome stuff? And I'd worked on it a lot during that last year, and obviously I then became a shamanic practitioner. So I just thought I'd share some of the things that made me go from sort of feeling that I was a bit of a fraud to actually this is something I should be doing and sharing with other people. So I'd had a lot of soul retrievals as part of my training, and some of those were around that sort of lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence in myself, and around the sort of why was I attracted to learning lots of things. Now, I've done some personality stuff since then, and actually in all the tests I've done, one of my highest strengths is that I like learning new stuff. The great thing about shamanic work is you can go and learn all sorts of things. So since finishing my practitioner training, I've done an ancestral course, I've done a nature spirits course, I've done a peace and power course, and I see that as part of my continued professional development. So that fits in really well with my personality and actually enhances what I do with my clients. So that's absolutely fantastic. One of the other things I did regularly after finishing my training was going on a journey to say, show myself through my power animal's eyes or my spirit's eyes, just to give me a different flavour, because I think sometimes we get sort of really caught up in our own, oh, I don't feel good about what I'm doing, or I'm looking at someone else thinking they're doing it better. And I had a little thing that meant I could actually get out of my own way and see how other people were seeing me. And this is something that has been highlighted a couple of weeks ago with there was an advert where women sort of explained how they thought they looked with somebody who wasn't looking at them. They drew a picture, and then their friends came and did the same thing with the same artist, saying what they thought their friend looked like, and then they saw the 2 pictures, and the picture of how somebody viewed themselves was more ugly, I don't like that word, but you know what I mean, than the picture that had been done by a friend. So sometimes we need that outside opinion to actually give us a more valid opinion of who we are. So it's a sort of similar thing when you've got young kids. I think they did something similar with young kids. How would you explain what your mum was like? And then they talked to the mothers, and the mothers were like, well, I'm a bit naggy, and I do this, and I'm not quite good enough at that. And the kids were like, she's amazing, and she does all these things. And it's just getting that external viewpoint. So I just thought I would put some of those things out there, so because I was doing this challenge anyway, and give you all the idea that sometimes when you think you're a fraud, you just need to take a step back, look at what you're doing, maybe get somebody else's opinion on what's going on for you, and have a bit more trust in yourself. One of the things I also learnt from doing my shamanic course was anytime I felt a bit like wobbly, or I got something going on where I needed a soul retrieval or some power retrieval, or to take a step back, I always felt something in my neck here. So I now know that if I get some sort of weird feeling in my neck here, I need to go and check what's going on with me. Have I lost a bit of my power? Have I let someone do something that they shouldn't have done? Have I given some of my power away by not, keeping within my boundaries? And I know a lot of people out there sometimes need that little reminder that it might be a gut instinct, or it might be something else that you do that shows you that actually you need to stop, take a bit of a breather, and remember how amazing you are. Because as you know, my biggest thing is that everybody's awesome and amazing. You all have fantastic talents and personal things to bring to the world. And if there's a way that you can stop feeling like maybe you're a bit of a fraud sometimes, and remember that you're amazing the way that I did, that would be awesome. Okay, so I just thought I'd share that. If you want to know anything about the work I do, or you want to have a chat a bit more about if any of that has sort of made you think, oh yeah, interesting, then just get in touch. You know where I am. Message me. If you think this might resonate with anybody at the moment, then just share it with them. And everybody, take care. Bye.